I could tell you a whimsical tale that's probably very inaccurate.
The Sensible Sociopath.
2, 3, 1, go.
Roma, the podcast is here!
It really never gets old.
Sorry about those jokes I said earlier about babies with both sets of genitals.
What does that even mean?
You know, I'm willing to risk my life for this podcast, Roma.
Ugh, that sounds insane.
And I'm also willing to risk your life for this podcast.
There's a difference between, uncomfortable and creepy.
Anyways, that's why I think pedophilia is just a sexuality like any other.
It was kind of traumatizing.
White people are bad and do bad things.
Periods are not just for women.
Take off their underwear and relax with their uncle.
How fast can I eat your ass?
I mean, you know, you look at me and you go, this is an international man.
My whole life is a sham.
And you can't get the white Oreos. That's racist.
I think I counted 25 racially charged jokes.
White privilege allows me to turn off someone's headlights.
I was just being agreeable.
Roma, when was the last time you were agreeable?
It's been days.
Also, if you try to poop really hard, sometimes you'll come.
You would think that we'd have our shit together.
It's the enema for your face.
Yeah, I was gonna say cleaning's for women.
I'm not a lady, Roma.
Oh, this is so gay.
Let's try to be inclusive, Roma.
What does that even mean?
Real mature, Roma. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sensible Sociopath, episode 066.
Ooh.
2/3 of the mark of the beast. So we're live here on a Friday night. Thank you for watching and or listening. If this is in the future, we're from the past. Think about it, Roma.
Pretty trippy.
I know.
I'm tripping out, man.
And in 2020, Roma,
Oh, geez.
what could that mean if
geez.
if you're in the future, or if we're speaking from the past to the future? What do you think has happened since then?
Oh, God. Probably alien invasions at this point.
It could really be anything, but that's probably the only thing that
I'm waiting for it to drop.
that could trump this year. Get it, Roma?
Yeah, I get it.
That's a political joke.
Oh, good job.
It's kind of not a great one, I guess.
You've had better.
Yeah, like that one time we were playing Pictionary, and I drew Nancy Pelosi with a penis. Was that a good one?
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of whiskey.
Yep.
A lot of whiskey.
Well, Roma, she was quite flaccid. What can I say?
I mean, it looked like she had just been in icy water.
Well, she's cold, Roma.
She's a cold ass
woman.
bitch.
Cold bitch eating her ice cream. Her rich ass ice cream. Yes, but we digress. What I wanted to talk about, Roma, is that, I think 2020, it almost feels like the year should be over already.
God, I can't wait.
We've packed so much living into 8 months, or not even 8 months.
It's been a whole lifetime.
It does feel like, and think of everything that has changed. Just at the end, like Christmas time, we had some other hosts that were with us and some other things going on.
Sure.
And then suddenly it's like this 2020 hit and everything in everybody's lives changed. With, especially, COVID being the biggest change for all of us. And I do believe that there was some time around, and actually Daniel might remember this, sometime back around November something. So it would be episode 30 something.
Okay.
I think I was talking about how we needed a virus to clean up around here.
Oh, geez.
There was too much traffic. What can I do?
Yikes.
Not curse the entirety of humanity?
Wow.
I mean,
We should pull that one up.
I think, yeah, we should. I know if anybody's listening back to the old catalog and they find me, it was sometime around between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I believe.
Sarah says it's the year we just gave up.
I don't know. But I'm hopeful about it. And yes, Sarah, I agree. It's been a rough one. It's been a very trying year for a lot of people.
I know I'm mentally exhausted for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, quarantining or social distancing has never been so exhausting.
I stood close to someone today.
How'd that go?
It was exhilarating.
You rebel.
And actually, an old man made a comment about it. I'm like, "Fuck you, dude."
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. It was. He's like, "Oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, really.
Why don't you go catch COVID?" Yes.
I just think it's funny because, come flu season, nobody's that paranoid. And
Did you say Kung Fu season?
kung flu season,
Roma,
that's not what I said
that
at
is
all.
racist.
I said, come flu season,
Yeah.
when flu season comes around,
Oh, I
nobody's
see.
ever been that upset or anything. And the flu kills a lot of people too. It's just not politicized.
Well,
I'm not saying COVID's not a thing and it's not deadly, because it is,
Yeah.
obviously. But
Sure.
I'm just saying, lots of people die from the flu every year and nobody's like, wait,
yeah.
unless you're obviously sick.
We're like, you should get your flu shot. That's kind of the social
Okay, I don't get flu
contract.
shots.
But no, that's the expectation is you should get your flu shot. That way, that's
I
all it is.
guess.
Roma, I'm not arguing with you
I
as
mean, I
to
guess.
your personal decision making.
I don't.
I get that, Roma. I understand what you're
I'm
saying.
fucking with you now.
But I'm also saying that, but that's about it. Is half the people get it, half the people don't.
Sure.
And yes, people die, and that's the way it is. And there's always young people that die from it too.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, there's just been so many things that, and the rioting, no sports, no school, and our lives flipping to a virtual space in a lot of ways, so
Yep.
that all of our social interactions are pretty
More
much
digital.
Yeah, pretty much virtual now.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to a drive-through, they've got barriers and stuff up. It's like
they're wearing gloves and they've got masks, and it's really intense.
And just even seeing people, their faces are covered up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we're losing a piece of our humanity
Mm-hmm.
and furthering our attachment to each other. And like I was talking with someone that was talking about how they were their aunt was very very kind of hypercritical of people living their lives somewhat normally.
It's like a Karen.
You could say that, yes. And the point of it was that the aunt was basically on social media commenting on all of their things, all of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, how are these kids going to be affected?
Right.
That they've got this overbearing parent who, isn't going to let them, I'm sure, go to school if, hopefully schools will reopen, and just to be afraid all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And not, you can't go to the playground. You can't go play soccer. You can't do, do any of those normal things. You have to sit here and play video games and be afraid.
Right. Because you could die at any minute. And if you catch it, then you're going to kill your whole family.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then think about the guilt.
And guilting other people, not even the guilt of killing someone, because that you don't feel that. The guilt of putting the world on them, like that, oh, all these people are irresponsible, we're the only ones, blah, 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 all that shit. It's like, wow, that's a lot for a kid to fucking try to process.
Yep.
And for them to feel responsible for the safety of others and all these things. It's like, no, just be a kid. Just go eat dirt. Do your thing.
Right.
We'll all be fine.
Yeah. And if you're not fine, it was your time.
That's right. Exactly. God wanted to kill you. And your brother.
And your brother. Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. I feel even, I have that whole, so like, for instance, where I work is being, do you see this, Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Even where I work is being, extra cautious. And, I think, God, if one of us actually gets it and then more people get it, like, what is the, ramifications? What's the guilt level of the person that initially got it?
Yeah.
Whether or not they were the reason that anybody else got it.
Sure. There's a
there's
lot of patient zeros.
Right. And there's carriers that supposedly don't even show symptoms. So, you get sick and then everybody else gets sick. Well, maybe you brought the virus in. Well, what were you doing that was wrong that you got the virus to begin with, know?
Totally. Absolutely. And I just don't buy into any of that, Roma. So you don't get your vaccine. I don't have the carrier guilt.
By the way, Kat says she really likes the beans in the background.
That's right.
The sensible sociopath pinto beans.
Yep. $8 a can.
Yep. So get them while they last.
That's right.
They're great for the apocalypse.
Yep.
For the
black
alien
bead.
invasion.
Yeah. Black beads, 26 cents. Nobody likes them.
Plus shipping. We got to pay for shipping.
Which is $42.
Right. Shipping black beans is probably expensive.
Yeah, well, it's white privilege.
Yeah. So,
So, but, I think going virtual and everything, that's been such a huge change. Everybody's jobs, people are moving out of cities.
Mm-hmm.
I think all those cities are going to end up collapsing because they have super high, they're trying to raise the taxes on the people who are too poor to afford to move out of the cities.
Right. That don't have jobs because they've shut down all the cities.
Yes, they've shut down everything, and
and then they raise taxes.
Yeah, and then put the homeless people in luxury apartments, and then spend tax dollars on Black Lives Matter murals and 27 police officers to constantly watch that mural. But they want to shut off the 9/11 memorial lights, the remembrance lights.
I
and
didn't
stuff.
hear that. That's
God, it is screwed up.
To save money or like anti cops or what's that's pretty fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up.
That's pretty fucked up.
For people that,
went through it.
Yes, had to. I mean, we weren't there, but as a country, we went through it.
But I mean, think about the people that were actually there that had,
What do they have to do with the memorial? No, I'm just kidding. No, totally.
that
and
had
it's
people affected in their lives.
And it's not for like soldiers. It's for first responders.
Sure.
All those people
Well,
and
the
the
people that died. Yeah.
Well, that was
I mean,
those complainers in their high rises. No, but it's amazing. Just
the priorities.
Yeah.
Or
of
lack
all of the
thereof.
priorities, it's like these lights are never supposed to go off, and that's your decision. Just shut these off. These are the problem.
Right.
So, yeah. So anyways, 2020 has been a hell of a year, Roma.
I have something that is the epitome of 2020 that I just got in the mail today.
Okay.
So, backstory.
Okay.
I got my Trump check, and so I had an extra little cushion there.
Okay.
And I decided to buy a souvenir to represent the year that, I don't know, everything changed. And so this was a pre-order object, and it just, I think I must have ordered it in like May, maybe, and forgot about it.
Wow.
And it just came in the mail this morning.
Okay.
And so I brought it.
Roma?
In this box.
Roma?
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
This is the box.
All right.
It wasn't the original box because it was originally in a bag, but that wasn't as funny. So I put it in an Amazon box. Ooh. But wait, I have what do you call it when you can hear things?
Oh, ASMR.
Yeah.
We should have put that on the keywords.
Oh, well, I made it so that you could hear me open it. Are you guys ready for an unboxing? Okay, here we go. Like pretty good?
That's pretty good, yeah.
Okay.
People are going to love that.
I also put tissue paper in there. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
I should do this professionally.
I feel like I'm in. Yeah, oh, totally. We're going to do this, Ron. We're going to make a lot of money.
All right. Wait here. Listen to me open it.
All right. That's not good.
That's not good. Okay. I don't know the rules for this game.
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Let's see it, Roma. Oh my God. That is pretty freaking awesome.
Is that cool or what?
That is haunting.
It is so they're called squishables. This is a mini squishable, and it's
Wait, that's the mini one?
That's the mini one. I have
Jesus.
full-size ones. They're pretty big.
It's the size of a pumpkin.
They come they're like pillows. So they call them squishables, and this one is the mini plague doctor.
Okay.
So hold on. so everybody that's watching,
Yeah.
it is like it looks like an owl because it's one of those plague doctors with the really elongated mask.
Yes.
And he's got a hat on and he's holding a lantern.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks like an owl. He's fuzzy and he's got this little demonic
Little amulet
on.
Yeah.
I don't know that's demonic, but do you want to touch it? It's really
Absolutely.
soft. Who?
That is really cool.
Is that neat or what?
Yeah, and so it's got the little hat on the top, and then it looks kind of like the guy from Jeepers Creepers, the hat from Jeepers Creepers.
Okay, yeah.
And then he's got the mask on, and what the mask was they used to put fresh herbs and spices and shit
and
down the
hay apparently to help
beak,
filter out
the bad humors.
Is that what it's called? The humors?
Mm-hmm.
So I looked it up because I was like, oh, 2020, but I think it was like 1630 was when they were invented.
And that would be during probably bubonic plague, I would assume, or Black Plague.
It was
multicultural plague.
Yeah, let's not be racist.
That's right.
But so
Plague Lives Matter, Roma.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
So thank you, Trump, for that one, because that's
awesome.
exactly what I put the money towards.
Totally. Yeah.
And other things.
Yeah. Well, I just saw that the checks were approved, or they were coming through with stuff.
Oh, they did?
Not
because last I heard somebody said that they were going to recess.
Well, Congress, he tried to do the executive order, and then I guess it has to go through Congress or something like that. But anyways, it's just so basically I was like, wait, you already got yours? We got to put that stuff. I got to buy a bunch of drugs.
Wait, who got theirs?
When you said you bought something with your Trump check.
No, my original.
I was like, what? Did I miss mine? Yeah.
So,
do you want to give shout outs, Roma?
Yeah, let's see. We've got Sarah and Dan and Kat and Steve S. and Margot.
Yeah.
That's who's in the chat anyways.
Thanks, everybody. And if you're not chatting with us, you feel free to chat.
Yeah, join the chat. Come say hi. We'll give you a shout out.
Yeah. An SO, we call it.
Is that what we call it?
No.
Oh.
I was trying to be cool.
Kat said it's killing me. What is it? And then she said, haha, it's not, I was not expecting that. Daniel says, yes, plague doctor. Kat says, oh my God, that's cool AF.
Yeah.
I want one.
Yeah, it is cool. And so what are your other ones that you have?
So I have a big one, and it is a dog, and it's got I got it for Valentine's Day from a friend, and it's got a heart on it that says love.
Okay.
And then the other one I have is a mini dog.
And is it a bestiality thing or?
Not necessarily.
Dog love?
It just depends on what you're into, I guess. I didn't take it that way, but I bet you there's people that own it for that reason.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does it have a? Never mind. Go ahead. What's the next one, Roma?
The other one's a mini dog, and it's very mini. And actually, I don't know if it's a squishable. Like, I don't know if it's that brand or not. But same kind of material, very like velvety.
Well, see, I was thinking they would all be some sort of
There's all different kinds of ones. So they've got like dinosaurs and sheep and bunnies and whatever. This is a special edition. This is like welcome to 2020.
Oh.
So this, like I saw that.
See, I didn't get that. Yeah.
This is not a usual.
So it's a harbinger of death.
Yes, correct.
And doom.
Yep.
And change.
But he's so squishy.
And I guess since we are going through a pandemic, a plague doctor would be apt.
I'm happy with my purchase.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. I was just thinking that there was like everything would be like an executioner and a like
that would be cool.
Dark.
No, when I saw it, I was surprised they were doing it, but
yeah, I wonder if they have like an Antifa guy with a little Molotov cocktail. That would be good. Just constantly flaming.
That would be pretty good.
I mean,
Joe Biden sniffing children.
That's good. Yeah, exactly. Got his fingers everywhere.
Yeesh.
I'll just be your secret lover.
And Roma, one of the other things that I wanted to bring up, and this is a video, was that Beirut bomb or the explosion.
Yeah, that was a thing.
So I don't know how much, whether you just saw it in the beginning or whatever, but they had like huge amounts of explosives stored apparently at this port.
That's what they were saying. I heard that it was fireworks. That's what-
whatever it was, I guess you could, from the CC cameras, you could read what it was on like the labels, or maybe that was like some kind of port, the paperwork and stuff that they keep.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, yeah, just
Explosives.
yeah, the Oklahoma City bombing components
Yikes.
just sitting in a port waiting for who
So
knows
it was
what.
a port. It wasn't a building.
Well, it was, I think it was actually an underground storage area, and which is why when you see it go off, it goes like up and then out,
Okay.
which I think is the only reason it didn't kill way more people than
Okay.
because just, man, watching that video was
That initial explosion was intense.
well, and the shockwave that
Didn't
came
they say it
out.
was like a? I feel like somebody compared it to like a 10-point something earthquake or something crazy like that. I don't even think they have 10
I would
point
believe it.
somethings. I think it only goes up to 6.
I
I
mean,
don't remember.
well, I know that every 0.1 is a magnitude of 10. And so, yeah, that would get pretty exponentially powerful, you know, exponentially more powerful each order of magnitude.
Magnitudes go up to. Okay, so it can be 8 or greater.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I guess if the whole world shook apart, it would probably be, a pretty,
A pretty sizable.
yeah, it'd be like a 9.4, but
Right.
that was a 10. So with that, we had a little video, and so we're sure everybody's seen all the videos of, of the actual explosion. But Roma, if you want to bring up that video of the
first one.
yeah. And so what this is it's a young lady that was walking out of her apartment at the time of the blast. It's very quick, so you have to pay attention. And basically, she's in that very bottom left corner. You can see her door, and it's a closed circuit TV. It almost looks like a prison. So I don't know how
Yeah, it
these
does.
apartments are in Beirut, but apparently she's close to the port, I would think, which is nice. Get down to the water. So her door opens, and she kind of turns back to the door to pull it closed, and that's when you'll see it go off. Go
Okay.
ahead, Roma.
You said it doesn't have volume.
I don't believe so. No.
Here we go.
So open door, and wow,
Holy cow.
that was if she would have got that door closed, she probably would have been okay. That was.
Hold on, I didn't transition because I'm terrible. Okay, hold
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, let's play it one more time.
Yep.
All right, here we go, guys.
And here. Oh,
I
God.
tell you what, that'll pop your back.
yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I bet you she was sore the next day.
You think?
And the reason we're showing this is because people aren't dying in the
Right.
frame. Apparently she survived this.
Yikes.
So I bet you her abs were sore. She was probably headed to a Pilates class.
Kat was asking if we saw The Bride. I did see The Bride.
Yes, that was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It sucks anytime you see terrible things happen.
Mm-hmm.
But God, if you can use those to kind of gain perspective on
Sure.
the things that.
I mean, she was fine, but.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she was
Okay,
fine, but
good.
it really messed up her photos.
Yeah. It's yeah. That's. Ow, indeed. Yeah. I mean, she's lucky she didn't go over, though,
Yeah,
too.
no, she totally is. Good
Yeah.
thing for those, railings there.
Good thing for that big Beirutian butt holding her onto that railing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really intense.
And so another thing I was thinking about, and there's a couple parallels here, is if you've been paying attention in the news also, there was there's this guy, and his name is Alfred Nobel.
Of the Nobel Prize?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And so Alfred Nobel, he was born in 1833.
Okay.
His
After the
father,
plague.
that would be after the plague, yes.
Doctors.
Yep, and before the Civil War.
Okay.
So he was a Swedish chemist, and he was the creator of the Nobel Peace Prize. And so his father had a munitions company, and so he would supply,
As in ammunitions?
yes,
Okay.
yep. And I guess he was always kind of the inventor type. He ended up with like 355 different patents.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
And so what happened was he, I think went to school, became a chemist or whatever, went from Sweden to Russia and then like back to Sweden and the United States or something like that. But he was an engineer and an inventor, and after his father's munitions company, I think there was like an explosion or something, and it went under. The company went under.
Okay.
So he let's see, I'm going to try to get this right. Oh, so his father's factory was making military equipment for the Crimean War. And at the end of the war, his father's company went bankrupt. That's what happened.
Okay.
So Nobel, being the chemist and this inventor, started messing with explosives.
Always a good idea.
Yes. So that was like 1859. In 1864, his brother was killed by an explosion that killed 4 other people in an explosives, factory or whatever.
Okay.
His younger brother, Emil. So dramatically affected,
Sure.
Alfred's outlook on things. And so what he dedicated himself to was creating explosives. So, I mean, it's ballsy of him to go, I'm going to keep experimenting with nitroglycerin because that's what they used before. And if you remember back from like Looney Tunes and stuff, they would
Sure.
always have that nitro bottle that was like about ready to explode, because it was so volatile, or they'd put like a drop on something and it would explode. So what Nobel did was combine it with an absorptive substance, an
Okay.
absorbent substance, and that's what he made into dynamite.
Okay.
So dynamite, you could, basically you throw it down a hallway. As long as you didn't light the fuse, you were good.
Right.
So dynamite swept everything, all aspects of life.
Yeah, you'd
because,
think like mining and specifically
Absolutely.
mining. Yeah.
well, yeah, and that's great to think about because a lot of people just jump automatically to war. But farmers use it for stumps and use it for whatever. Everybody used it for everything. And so here he is, this guy that's trying to save people's lives, and what does it do? Well, they use it for war. If you want to bring up this next video, Roma, which would be the World War I footage. So World War I was from 1914 to 1918. And what it did was basically was the Germans. There was like the shot heard around the world, and basically it was the most gruesome war ever had.
And if you're watching this, it is
And this is real footage.
this is crazy. They're literally attacking each other and stabbing each other with bayonets.
Yep. There's so do you know why tanks were invented, Roma?
To not have to stab each other with bayonets.
That's a good start, yeah. They were invented so that they could roll over the endless barbed wire.
Oh.
They invented barbed wire, and you would get caught in it and die in it. And there were
Jesus.
bodies and bodies and bodies in the
I
barbed
didn't know
wire.
barbed wire was so deadly.
Well, you'd get shot, you'd get
Right.
stuck, you'd get blown up, all this stuff. And so
Sure.
it was just terrible. So here's a tank rolling through,
Oh.
and they would use that to go through the barbed wire. And there was bombs. There were automatic weapons, the machine guns, those liquid cooled machine guns. There was also, do you see the planes just go by?
I didn't. I
Yeah,
missed
just
it.
go
Hold on, I'm
back
gonna
just
go
a
back.
little bit. Dogfighting planes are literally about 30 feet off the ground. Watch this. They just come zipping through at the top. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. And the guys on the ground don't even react. They don't even react. It's just like, geez. I mean, obviously they got a lot of shit going on.
Right.
But look at the amount of smoke and just chaos there. There's a guy with a machine gun at the very bottom left side. You see the liquid cooled tube sticking out.
Okay.
So, so basically, these guys were just mowing each other down. There was, and then gas. That was one of the worst parts about it, was they would gas each other with mustard gas and nerve gas and all of that. Just, your skin being eaten away. You can't breathe. Just the most brutal warfare ever. These used to be green grass and trees, these areas, and some of them still haven't grown back, just from how brutal this war was. It's all mud and blood and guts, like the whole thing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And this is what Nobel, unfortunately, he didn't die till, let's see, when did he die? Oh, thank God. He died in 1896. So he didn't quite get to see this. But amazing,
I love
right?
that tank.
Yeah, totally. It looks, it's
Fucking plowing on through.
It's got that little tiny shot.
It's a mini tank.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, those guys are almost as tall as it.
It's amazing. Yeah, there's probably one dude in that, maybe two. And I'm sure it's terribly uncomfortable.
I want to be the
loud
tank guy, though.
Dude, I don't know if I'd want that extra everybody looking at you, everybody wanting to,
Get the tank.
Exactly, yeah. Just, yeah. And actually, so this, if people look behind me, so that's a World War I death certificate from Roma and I's, what is it, great grandfather?
I don't know. I don't know the story behind it.
On mom's side, Fran's father's father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I believe so. Yeah. Lyle's father, I think it was. Yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Or something like that. So, Nobel. So, okay. So here you are, your brother dies, Emile, you invent this thing that is supposed to save a bunch of lives. And unfortunately it, leads to a lot more death because now you're the thing that you didn't want people exposed to because it could kill them is killing way, way, way more people because it's so portable.
Right.
And easy to take everywhere. Just throw it in the plane. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go drop it on these poor people.
Well, it was like the atom bomb too,
Exactly. Yep.
was invented and then used for mass destruction. And that was not the original intent.
Yes. What is it? What's his name? Oppenheimer.
Okay.
I am become death. Destroyer of worlds. Yeah. Or I am
Crazy.
Vishnu, destroyer of worlds. Yeah. So, Alfred Nobel, his brother ended up dying in France or somewhere. Let's see. In 1888, Nobel's brother Ludwig,
It's a good, strong German name.
yes, died while in France. A French newspaper erroneously published Nobel's, well, I guess they're both Nobel's, so Alfred's obituary instead of Ludwig's,
Oh,
and condemned Nobel for his invention of dynamite.
ouch.
And so what they had called him was...
So while he's still alive.
Yes, was a merchant of death.
Yikes.
So basically, you read your own obituary. All you've tried to do is, help. Like
Better the
you're like,
world, yeah.
I hope people see me as okay. And then you're labeled a merchant of death by the Twitter, of 1888. So that's when Nobel tried to, repent for his sins by creating the Nobel Peace Prize, or the Nobel Prize. And the Nobel Prize was, let's see, it's for quite a few different things. So,
Didn't Obama get it before he was even in office?
Roma, he did a lot for the, international relations. Let's see. Outstanding achievements in physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and for working toward peace.
Okay.
That must have been an Obama voter that wrote this. Yeah. Yeah, and so I believe in 2009, Obama received the Nobel Peace Prize. He was also elected president just a few months prior to that. And didn't really do anything to warrant receiving a Nobel Peace Prize. But, Greta Thunberg is Person of the Year. So,
It's just,
obviously it's a very stringent, technique that they use for picking the people that,
sure.
truly influence the world.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I brought kind of all this line of thinking up was, so Trump just helped negotiate a deal between the United Arab Emirates, which is like Arab light.
Okay.
They're
okay.
like, they're the ones that drive the Lamborghinis and have the, whatever, the giant, the biggest skyscrapers and everybody's super rich and stuff.
Right.
But, and Israel. And part of that is because, I don't know if you guys have heard, but Israel doesn't get along very well with their neighbors, Not that
I've
it's
heard
Israel's
that
fault.
rumor, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really, I'm not
Keep
going to get
tabs on
into
that. Yeah.
who's the one that started with who, because everybody says the other one did and blah, blah, blah. But the funny thing is that, that Trump basically gets this deal where, helps, negotiate a deal where there's going to be, let's see,
Peace, negotiations.
yeah, travel. Like a
travel.
lot of the Arab countries you can't get into if your
Right.
passport was stamped with Israel.
Yeah.
So like they're like nope, and vice versa, and it's just a big thing. It's this, everybody's overreacting. But it is a really great step towards, just to have that recognition and like get that out there.
Mhm.
And then, maybe that'll allow other countries who are not as,
Friendly. They're
as friendly, but as like adversarial, like
Right,
Palestine
okay.
and Israel, I'm sure they're always going to have, because they're like,
issues.
you're on our land, like whatever, this are, but as far as the United Arab Emirates go, it's kind of cool that they're, willing to, I don't know, take that first step. So I'm hoping that, the media and everybody pushes for the Nobel Peace Prize for Trump. I mean,
Oh, I'm sure it's coming right down the pike
it's
any
in the
day
works.
now. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, really, it's, I think it's pretty
I
great.
mean, he made peace with North Korea. I
Mhm.
mean, MBD, it's
And-
whatever.
And he's trying to get all of our troops out of out of the Middle East.
Yeah,
and
I heard
everything.
that's a thing.
So
Yep.
I think that it's gonna,
Kat says Trump for Nobel Peace Prize. Haha. Yeah, just
that would be hilarious that he's just bombing out Rosie on Twitter. It's all Peace Prize recipient. Get a gold check mark. You fat slab. No, I said Rosie was fat. You call women fat pigs? No, I called Rosie a fat pig. Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
Beautiful and wonderful. Yeah, so anyways, he wanted to be Nobel wanted to be remembered well. So basically he took his entire fortune, which was quite sizable. And actually, do you want to do the conversion of kroner? Just go to no, sorry, go to a new Google and just see how much the conversion for money is.
Oh God.
U.S.
got it.
dollars to kroner, or kroners to U.S. dollars. KRONOR.
Kroner.
Yep.
So $1 US equals
All right.
8.89 Norwegian crown.
Okay, so for the so we need is that Roma? We need to convert. Okay.
Is that not a conversion?
Well, I want the amount though. Let's see.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry.
Mhm. Yeah. So Roma talk for a while.
Okay. So I actually haven't been following the news that much lately. It's emotionally taxing. And so I've actually ducked out the last, maybe week and a half. I'll definitely get back into it, but I feel like it's just a continuation of the same things over and over again. It's like COVID, riots, election, COVID riots, election, COVID riots, election. And so I'm just like, I'm going to take a couple weeks off. And when I get back, it'll be exactly the same thing. Thanks, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where we're at right now. But, you got it?
Yes, I think so. So what he left behind, so with all of his patents and I think 355 patents.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So he left behind 31,225,000 kroner. What? Jesus Christ. All right. Well, we're getting some very different numbers here. So the currency that I have converts to, according to Google, it converts to $3,593,000. But what it says? Oh, I guess that's in time. Okay, yeah. I guess it would be in time as well. So $250 million in 2008.
Okay.
Was the time back in 1896. So that many millions of kroners converted to $250 million in US dollars in 2008. So whatever the inflation rate is at this point now. Let's see.
Oh, I want to say hi to Mystery Avalanche. They just recently subscribed to us and was in to say hi.
Mystery Avalanche?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Hi, guys.
Very, very
Thanks for
cool.
stopping in.
Yes, thank you for joining us. We're talking about Alfred Nobel and how he was slandered in the media, much like Donald Trump.
Much like everybody.
Well,
It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah, Obama took a hard one. No, I'm just kidding. But the 300, yeah. So anyways, he left over $250 million in their time for the Nobel Peace Prize.
He apparently it worked because nobody thinks about how he was the harbinger of death. They all think about how, you say Nobel and you think Peace Prize.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good job, Nobel.
And I mean, both of his invention got into Looney Tunes, and a lot of pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a
TNT. So why is it TNT?
Trinitro something like that.
Okay.
It's the chemical compound. Yeah.
Got it.
Trinitro titrate, something like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And so yeah. Anyways, Nobel Peace Prize given out every year to different people in medicine, physics, all that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting. Definitely. I did not know so much about explosives.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, Roma.
Yeah. I mean, I love a good mortar.
Yeah. Yes. Well, in
Ask
World War
Antifa,
I.
They love them.
Exactly. Yeah. Just throw some nails up to it, glue some nails on it, throw it at an inanimate object or people. Yeah. Trinitrotoluene.
Something. Yep. I don't know.
Yep.
I can't.
Trinitrotoluene.
Toluene.
Yep.
Nice.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. So, what do you got, Roma? You got anything good?
I'm looking to see what I can tie into this.
Yeah, you don't need to tie it in.
Yeah, that's true.
We got all sorts of good stuff.
Well, Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
He started his own streaming platform, service, I guess you would say.
Well, that's nice of him. I mean, in these times of COVID, we were talking about our virtual connection.
But the best part is that it only plays 2003's Foolproof over and over and over again.
But in DVD quality, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's so apparently if you go onto the service, the top 10, the recommendations, all of those things is Foolproof.
And what is Foolproof?
It's a movie that he starred in
Okay, so it's his movie. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Is it a known to be a good movie or?
I don't know. I've never seen it. So apparently it has something to do with this tech company called Mint Mobile. And so I don't know the exact correlation, but it's pretty much like a publicity stunt is to try to
Yeah.
draw attention to it. So, he's got tons of money. So he started a streaming service.
I mean, he's been in Marvel movies, so those tend to pay pretty well, I would think.
Yeah, anyways, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to give it a watch. I mean,
Now I have to watch it. I can't not watch it.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's
so is it
available on
free?
any other platforms.
Well, they said it's the most affordable streaming service, and so I wonder if it's just free and they're just saying that, or
I don't know.
yeah.
David said it was bad. And Kat says it's a classic.
All right, fair enough. I'm sure. Well,
I'm surprised you haven't seen it. You've seen everything.
I may have seen it.
You probably have seen it.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of stopped watching movies right about 2003. I mean, I've seen a few.
Speaking of movies.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Yes, actually, I was going to say, so I'm a big fan of the John Wick movie series. We've talked about it in the past. So, for my birthday, I wanted to get a John Wick out the front knife, so an automatic knife, and so
is that what they're called, out the front?
Yeah, OTF. But it's a very nice. Whoops. Yeah.
Yeah, it's heavy. I was holding
Roma,
it earlier, and it scares me.
I gave it to Roma to. It's a nice knockoff. It's not the $400 knife. It's about a tenth of that price. But I had to send away to a country I won't name.
Yeah, no, it's burly.
Canada.
Yep.
It's the country.
Cat.
Yeah. Yeah. The Chaz.
That would be funny if they started
Exactly.
manufacturing things.
Is this this
Patchouli?
Nazi blood? Oh yeah. Fascist?
Patchouli.
Yeah. Yeah, it smells like patchouli and fascist blood.
Yeah.
So
pretty good.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. So I was watching John Wick 3 last night, and I was just.
That's pretty nerdy, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you're not collecting Pokemon.
Well, I collect them on Pokemon Go, Roma.
Ah, have you ever played that?
No.
Me neither.
I've seen people walking around doing it, and I hope they get hit by cars.
It happens.
Yeah, totally. There are people driving that drive into things. They're driving around because they have to collect them faster, I guess. Like they can't
crazy.
Walk. It's like the one good part about that was you walked and you got some exercise.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's something that would really draw me in.
I would get bored very quickly.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Unless there was some sort of incentive, like cocaine. Like when the rat hits
for
the
hookers or something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Cocaine hookers.
Mm-hmm. They go hand in hand, Roma.
Yep.
It's the world, the way the world works.
Kat says, "What's wrong with Pokemon?"
Well,
I mean, I'm just not cool enough for it. That's really what it really boils down to.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Roma does have Roma's vest says I do Pokemon.
You think it's a Pokemon vest?
Yep.
It's tattered. It's got like little holes in it and stuff.
Yeah, but that's it.
It's got like inner pockets. Hey, look, I got it at the thrift store for $3. What do you want from me?
Very
Yeah,
nice.
it's cool. See?
Did it have bloodstains on it from when the Pokemon person got hit?
You put a little bit of peroxide on it.
Okay.
Pulls it right out.
Yeah. Like
the
Roma's hair.
oxidation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I pay professionals so I don't lose my hair.
Do you? Yeah. I guess.
Oh, yeah,
I guess most women would have to.
I mean, I've never done it. My ex-husband used to bleach my hair, but this is way better. I mean, it's because you bleach your hair and you've gotta what do you do to it? Tone it so it doesn't have that like brassy look to it. So there's a lot of steps involved. I just rather pay for somebody.
Atone it, Roma.
Yeah, atone it. For
You have
its
to
sins.
atone it. Yeah.
Sarah says when Dan gets really quiet, she knows what he's doing. She's probably referring to Pokemon.
Oh, I thought masturbating.
No, I think she's referring to.
I mean, it could
She
be
says you got to catch them all.
while they're masturbating.
I mean, that could be a sexual reference, but
Yeah, you got to catch them masturbating. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, get out.
well, since we're talking about past stuff,
Mhm.
I've got this I saw it online. I don't know that's 100% true, but it was definitely interesting. It has to do with where old sayings come from.
Okay.
So it's a little list of old sayings. I've got it on my phone, so I'm going to read it off.
Yeah.
Give me a second to
Like-
grab it here.
Like where they came from. Like, don't
Yeah.
look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yep, that kind of stuff.
Colloquial.
Sure.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let me make this bigger so I can actually read it. They used to use urine to tan animal skins, so families used to all pee in a pot. Then once a day, it was taken and sold to a tannery. If you had to do this to survive, you were piss poor.
Or have a pot to piss in.
That's the next one.
Oh, damn it.
But worse than that were the really poor folk who couldn't even afford to buy a pot. They didn't have a pot to piss in and were the lowest of the low.
What year was this? Like 86?
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's funny because that is super, super, like, it's still relevant. It's still used
Sure,
today.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's not like.
Here's one. So most people got married in June because they took their yearly bath in May, which I find really hard to believe. But anyways, and they still...
Bitch ass stink.
Huh?
I said that bitch ass stink.
Ugh. And it says, and they still smelled pretty good by June. Since they were starting to smell, however, brides carried a bouquet of flowers to hide their body odor, hence the custom today of carrying a bouquet when getting married. So then baths were considered...
Wait, what about the flower girl?
I
where's
mean,
that fit
she
into all
probably
this?
hasn't bathed since May either.
What? Yeah. So they got them stinky ass hands.
Here's
stinking
one
up our
about
baskets.
baths. So baths consisted of a big tub filled with hot water.
Makes sense.
The man of the house had the privilege of a nice clean water, then all the sons and men, then the women, and finally the children. Last of all, the babies. But by then, the water was so dirty you could actually lose someone in it, hence the saying, don't throw the baby out with the bath water.
Oh, see, I thought Jay-Z came up with that. You know,
Yeah,
take the good with the bad. Don't throw the baby out with the bath water.
I guess not.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, according to this, like I said, I don't know how
Your
accurate
baby's
it is.
underwater, and you're like, where is that baby? Your boy.
Let's see. Houses had, oh, my phone just turned off. Houses had thatched roofs, thick straw piled high with no wood underneath. It was the only place for animals to get warm, so all the cats and other small animals, mice and bugs lived in the roof. When it rained, it became slippery, and sometimes the animals would slip and fall off the roof, resulting in the idiom, it's raining cats and dogs.
Mm. And sometimes there was men in those thatched roofs.
You think so?
And then,
It was raining men.
yep,
Hallelujah.
Yep.
Amen.
Yep. Very flamboyant men in those rooms.
I mean, I'm sure occasionally you'd get the odd hobo in there.
Yeah, hiding up there, rubbing their beards together.
Ooh, that sounds really gross. It was,
Mhm.
Hopefully it was like before June.
It was in June, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not too much before June, Roma. Your bath was in May.
Right.
Mhm.
So there was nothing to stop things from falling into the house, and this posed a real problem in the bedroom where bugs and other droppings could mess up your nice clean bed, which I doubt it was that clean. And therefore, a bed with big posts and a sheet hung over the top afforded some protection. That's how canopy beds came into existence,
Okay.
which makes sense, actually.
From all the dog semen.
I mean, I would imagine it has happened once or twice.
I was up all night, them dogs fucking. Get knotted up.
So the floor was dirt, and only the wealthy had something other than dirt, leading folks to coin the phrase dirt poor.
I get it. All right.
Yeah. So that was that.
You're carpet rich. Linoleum rich. No, that's good. I like that.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't fact check it, but I thought, it's cool. It's good enough.
I mean, yeah.
I'll buy that.
Look, it makes sense. I don't know how the animals get into the roof, but I mean, if
I
it's
mean,
a
you
low
figure,
roof, then
well, and if you've got like straw just piled on straw, I mean,
Mhm.
animals crawl into straw all the time. So,
And I'm sure at some point, it was, you probably built it in a place that had like, maybe next to a berm or something so that
right,
you could.
squirrels, and I mean, animals are
Mhm.
pretty agile. Maybe not, maybe dogs. I don't know. Dogs
Mhm.
aren't known for climbing roofs, but cats can definitely do that.
Spider-Mans,
Mm-hmm.
man-bats,
Wombats.
wombats. Exactly. It's true. Um, so, Roma, do you want to show them that picture that I have of
Yeah.
the headstone?
Speaking of critters,
Yeah, critters and poorness and what the hell? Like, so what we've got here is a will you hit
should I
the
make this
plus
bigger?
sign down at the bottom
Yeah, I was
there? I
gonna
think you
say.
can. Yeah. So this is a headstone, and it's got a lady, looks like with a rifle up at the top, and it says erected memory of Erin O'Keefe, daughter of John and Nora O'Keefe. And what does that say, Roma?
Who was eaten by mountain rats?
Mountain rats.
Mountain rats.
Yes.
How
In the year 1876.
and why? Why would you put that on a tombstone?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, it's awesome.
I mean, totally epic.
And like, I wonder if she was fighting them off when she was eaten by. I mean, I guess you'd have to be.
Amazing.
Will you look up and see what a mountain rat is?
Yes.
Like, what is? Because it'd be funny if it was like a cougar or something, like, or a wolf, a Canadian wolf.
Mountain rat. It's a big rat.
Wow. Did
At least this picture is.
is that Epstein? That's
Yeah.
where he is. We found him.
Epstein and his mountain rat. Here's another.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, they're pretty big. They're about as big as cats.
And is that America? I don't think so. I think that's like
Researchers
Philippines.
discovered giant mountain rat.
Well, that was the Seattle Times. Why would they lie to us?
Right. New
Put
species.
U.S. or America or something. United States. Because
Rats of Northern America.
there you go. The Norway rat, roof rat,
Those damn
race
roof rats.
God damn.
I mean, maybe it was just a rat that lived in the mountains. I mean, it might not even be its own.
Yeah, that's probably
Thing.
true. I mean, New York City rats are supposedly pretty big. Oh, see, there it is, the cougar.
The cougar, aka mountain rat.
Yep. Also known as.
There's a bamboo rat.
I don't think Nora O'Keefe or whatever her name was
Battling bamboo rats.
I don't think so. It's like they were on a frontier or something.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
That's I mean, that's a pretty interesting way to go, that's for sure.
Have you ever seen any of the stuff about how they used to torture people with rats?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh shit. God, this
Where?
is fucked up. All everywhere.
Hey, you know what?
Mhm.
I'm going to take a bathroom break and you should tell people about that.
All right.
Hold on.
Or actually, you know what, Roma? I do have my own Stalin for America.
You do?
I do.
You don't want to talk about mountain rats?
No. Because we might have to do a torture episode. I think we might save it for some.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Ready to rock, Roma.
You think this stuff smells like a man?
Oh, why, hello, everyone, and welcome to Stalin for America. So, in these times of, let's see, social distancing, and perhaps some things are not as available as they used to be, I wanted to give you a little tip on good living, and that is that you don't need fruit anymore. There are things, these True Lime and True Lemon packets, And what they are is just little sugar-like packets that have the essence of limes and lemons. You can also get grapefruit and orange. I don't recommend those. These two are amazing. What they did was take lemon juice and lime juice and then crystallize it. Now, the problem with lemon and lime generally is that you get the pith. Now, the pith is the bitter portion of the lemon and the lime. That's the white part under the peel. And I also don't like a lot of zest because the zest is okay when you're cooking. However, when you are, when I just want juice, this is the stuff that I use. So I use it for recipes. I add a little bit of water to it. Each packet is about a wedge of lemon and or lime, but I use it in marinades. I use it, I've even sprinkled it on pizza before just to get a little bit of the sweetness out. Honestly, True Lemon, True Lime, they're going to sponsor us one day, Roma. But these are the best way to add. I was telling everyone how you don't need fruit anymore. We have it.
You know what? And I use those too. And I love specifically the lime. I like to put it on like popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
And the chicken that I make that I marinate, I'll use the
Yes.
lime for that.
It's dank.
It's
It's literally just dehydrated juice
yeah.
in crystallized form. So
Yep.
when you eat it, I mean, it tastes like it doesn't have any weird like peely
Nope.
like bitterness or anything.
Or the oil. I don't like the oil. I don't like the pith.
Yes.
I just want juice, and that's exactly what it is. And it's, you know, it's
It's good in Diet Coke too. The lime, you know, people drink like Diet Coke with lime or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I don't have time to look for that box next to the regular Diet Coke. No, I don't like it as much with that, but I will put it in my water. So I'll just put one in like 20 ounces of water.
Oh yeah, it's delicious.
It's great.
But you got to be careful; it doesn't rot the enamel off your teeth.
Roma,
Not that diet soda's doing any better for you. So
you'd be lucky to make it out of 2020 with your teeth. Okay, Roma? So let's not worry about the longevity of our enamel.
with the amount of social distancing, the things that I worry about have become more and more crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Just like, well, because, you know, anxiety's kind of high because you're just not as active. You're not as social. You're not as, you know, because you're just not in the public as much because people are social distancing. You know, I might like a small group of friends, but outside of that, you're kind of, you know, isolating. And, you know, I think about the things like that, like my teeth. I don't think about my teeth. I brush my teeth every day. I floss fairly regularly. You know, it's not something that I should be too concerned about. And yet, like, I'll lay in bed at night, like, worrying about my teeth.
Interesting.
Yeah, weird. Well, I guess because I'm getting older. I don't know. It's just weird.
Huh.
Things like that.
Roma, you're not going to lose your dentures.
I mean, you know, they're pretty. I've got decent insurance, so they're pretty nice.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, I mean, look, Roma, you
keep
can't
them
worry
all-
about this. You've got, we'll carve you some out of wood.
Yeah, the good old yikes.
No, it's for carving wooden teeth.
That's a good MSRP.
Yes. Manufacturer suggested retail price.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, ASMR means something really weird and crazy. It's
I'm gonna
like
look it up.
audio. Yeah, it's all the it's like the medical terminology for it, but basically it's hitting your autonomic nervous system.
Let's see. Autumn. I can't read that. Hold on.
Autonomous sensory median response.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's where it gives you chills.
Got it.
So, you know, doing those things, people, and I guess it's, you know, people either do or they don't, you know, get the like rush from the sounds.
Well, can it be like a satisfying sound as well?
No, a lot of people really like it.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing is some people are very into it.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh yeah, we'll make
I
tons of
was
money.
watching there was like an ad on Instagram and it was for clippers and it showed people getting their hair clipped, you know?
Okay.
And like, you know how they do the things where like they'll like actually like cut out the line of like, especially like, you know, like if you've got like black people hair, what do you call that? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just really, it's really tight.
Yeah.
And so like they cut out the actual like line of the hair and like,
It's shaping it up.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's super sad. They don't do that to white people hair, do they?
I've got it done before. I had a
Really?
black barber though.
Interesting.
You want me to tell you the story?
Yes.
So we grew up in, black neighborhood, but moving here where it's not as diverse. One day I walked into a barber shop. It was next to a laundromat in a Korean store or Korean food place. And anyways, I walk in and, being from Jersey, I'm like, I walk in and it's just all black guys sitting there. And I'm like, oh, my bad. And I left, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, obviously this is
They
not the right
cater
barber
to
shop.
a certain demographic.
Yeah, I'm like, there's like 5 black guys just sitting in there. And so I'm like, oh, my bad. And I walk out. And one of the guys runs out and he's like, oh, no, come on. I'm like, all right. So, I go in there and it was fun. It was awesome. And the guy cut my hair for, about a year till the shop. I think he ended up moving somewhere.
You actually told this story before.
Yeah. And he said, he's like, oh man. He's like, I know some girls that would kill for your hair color, because like strawberry blonde or whatever. Yeah, I know some black girls that kill for your hair color. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, you don't usually hear that from the white side of things.
No,
It's like
the
oh,
gingers
you're half ginger,
Yeah,
or
yep.
So, anyways, it was just kind of cool. So that's what he would do though. He would give me the black guy haircut, and so he would be trimming it all up and do my eyebrows and stuff. And
yeah. But I was watching it, and they're like trimming these like really sharp sides and stuff. It was so satisfying.
Yeah.
Like I watched it over and over again just because I was like, oh, it's so. And then I realized I kept watching it. It's a stupid, commercial for these probably super cheap clippers from China, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so great. I think I need these.
And actually, my most recent haircut I got was from a guy who was like a beginner, and he did it too. He ended up like cutting, not quite as aggressively, or as completely, I would say, as as the black barber did. But yeah. Now I will say one thing: I did pay the black barber a little bit up front for a deal on haircuts, and then he moved to a different. So I'm not saying anything, but I did pay like $50 for 3 haircuts, and I only got 2 of them.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
this is a good tip.
Yeah, it's all right. Thought that was pretty funny.
That is pretty funny, actually. Sarah says little old ladies, white ladies, would get their hair quote unquote set for the week, the curled styles. Yeah, that's totally a thing. Like little old lady, so they would go to get their hair done once a week. Get their hairs did once a week, and they would they wouldn't wash it. They wouldn't wash until they went back to the hairdresser.
Well, and I think a lot of, I think a lot of women, they use dry shampoo now and don't try to keep their hair.
I wash my hair every day.
They don't try to keep their hair pristine like I'm sure they did back in the day. But
yeah, I was looking up vintage haircuts not too long ago, and or vintage like hairstyles for women. Dude, finger waves and stuff, and the way that they would have it all straight, and then it would like flip out into a single curl, and it would kind of do that like big bouffant, it's just crazy. I don't even, and plus the stuff that they had back then to curl their hair and stuff, it was literally hot irons. Like you would I don't know if you set it on the stove or what you did, and you would heat it up, and then you would curl your hair. But now everybody just does those stupid ringlets or whatever. All the basic bitches do that,
Yeah, it's made out of like uranium. It's just this boiling hot rod.
Right.
You just got tumors all around your neck. Don't worry, it'll burn those off.
But nobody puts the time and energy into it like they used to. It's just really, it's interesting. Granted, everybody works now and don't have husbands to take care of, so.
Yeah, yeah, I guess that's true. So you got plenty of time to be doing your hair.
Right, because you used to stay home and take care of the kids and make dinner and do your hair.
Yeah.
Which is great.
And nowadays, women have all the time in the world. No responsibilities.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works.
Messing around all day long.
All I need is a husband and a hair curler. Let's go.
Goddamn feminism.
Oh. Okay. I've got a question. This or would you rather? Was it would you rather or this or that? This or that?
Mhm.
Okay. Would you rather live to be 50 or live to be 150? And the 150, it's not like you hit 100 years old and you're crippled and you live another 50 years. It's like progressive. So I mean, I don't know, maybe you're 100 and it's more like you're 80 or something. But you're old. Like
Yeah.
you're old.
The last part is not great.
You're the
is
last
what you're
part
saying.
of your life.
Yeah.
But
the 100 to 150 is not good years.
It's not ideal. No.
I mean, is suicide an option?
No, you're either going to die
Oh.
at 50 or you're going to die at 150. What do you choose? Because I've asked people this and I've been surprised at their answers.
I would have to go with probably like the 50 good years, but the 150 at year 49, you'd be like, oh, I want the 150,
Right, exactly.
I think.
I think I'd go with 50. 150 years is too long.
Yeah.
I mean, like, even at this age, I remember being 26 and being like, oh my God, are we done yet?
Well, and even think about this. So like retirement, it's like, okay, so you have all this, like, how much money do you have?
Well,
do you
let's
have enough
assume-
money to, no,
let's
I know. I'm just,
okay.
I'm just,
Okay.
we're fleshing this out, Roma.
You're not going to be destitute.
Well, money, what's the country like? What's healthcare like?
Well, that's the thing too, is like the things are so fucking jacked up that I'm like, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I'll live to be 50. It'll be great.
Yeah. And that's kind of along the same lines as, would you want to know when you're going to die? Would that change the way that your life is?
Margot, that's not fair. She said 150. Well, she's already hit the 50 mark.
Yeah, it'd be funny if she said 50 and then
God
tweet.
strikes her down. Yeah. Kat says she's already had enough 50.
I mean, like, well, let's say Trump picks 150 and then makes himself dictator for life. Be some good years, probably. Probably be a pretty fun ride.
Apparently, he doesn't age past the age of 60. So,
I mean, yeah, it looks pretty goddamn good.
I think it was CNN did a show on why Trump wasn't aging and that there was something wrong with him because he wasn't aging, because at this point in the presidency, Obama and Bush had looked so much older.
Dude, Obama looks like shit now. Yeah.
And so, but they were like ragging on him because he wasn't aging because he didn't have enough stress or something.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's just floating through playing golf. It's like, no,
Probably one of the most, if not, I mean, I'm saying Lincoln had it pretty fucking hard.
Lincoln had it pretty fucking hard. I mean, a civil war is a lot.
And they were out to kill him, and like that was bad news. I mean,
how'd that
don't
work out?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's look into that.
Yeah. How were his post-presidential
Washington
pictures?
was probably pretty rough.
Yeah. I think he had been through a couple wars already, though, by the time he was.
Used to it. Old hat.
He's like, oh, fuck it.
Old hat.
Yeah. Yeah. And he lived to be pretty old, too. I think he was like 70 or something when he died, which is pretty amazing back then.
Yeah, I know. And he was really tall, too. Wasn't he over 6 foot?
I think so.
Yeah.
He'd stand up in a boat, too.
I think he was
fucking,
literally tall, like not even just tall for back then.
Yeah.
Daniel says 150.
Yeah?
Yep.
Well, Daniel's got a good mind on him. And that's the thing, too, Roma. Where's virtual reality at in this?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I mean, we could be living in a virtual world.
6'2". George Washington was 6'2". Lincoln was 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
And I know he was a giant. And then he wore that big ass hat too.
I think Trump's somewhere right
he's
around
6'4".
there. Is he?
At least in his prime, he was 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
He's probably shrunk a little bit just because he's, getting older. But
yeah, he's got a little slouch to him and stuff.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get old, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
John Adams was 5'7". Alexander Hamilton was 5'7".
What about Jefferson?
Let's see. How tall was Jefferson?
George Jefferson. Whoa.
6'2".
Jesus.
Damn. On the shoulders of giants, literally.
It's true.
That's fucking a good run. Because I mean, even if you look at clothing from the 1950s, for men and women, they're tiny.
Roma, there's more than two genders.
Well, back then you either wore a fucking dress or you wore slacks. And some women wore slacks, and I don't know about men wearing dresses, but at least not in public. But they were tiny. Like if you go to buy vintage clothes now, it's really hard to wear them.
Mm-hmm.
Most people cannot.
Ben Franklin was 5'9".
That's not a bad height.
He's also one of my favorites. I'd say
Jefferson's my favorite for sure.
Yeah, and Franklin. I believe it was Ben Franklin who said, well, he stole it from somebody else, but it's better to have 100 guilty men go free than one innocent man.
We were just, Sarah and I were just watching a show about the guy that was accused of being Ivan the Terrible.
By the way, I have to stop the show. Kay Bales, happy early birthday.
Happy birthday, Kay Bales.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Roma. Sorry.
Anyways, it was just
Ivan the Terrible.
Ivan the Terrible, and it looks like he
yes.
got a bum rap. It looks like from the evidence that was shown in the film, at least, it seems as though he was wrongly accused. And we can talk about it another time because we're running at the end of the show here. But I said, better to let guilty men go free, than to condemn, because they were going to hang him, than to condemn and murder of an innocent man. Yeah. I mean, you can't even make that argument.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the argument with the death penalty is they're like that you can't reverse it. You can't go against it.
And there's been a lot of people that have been put to death.
Yeah.
So, I'm not anti, capital punishment, but I'm not, I don't know what I am.
You're not absolute one way or the other, which yeah, I'm kind of the same way. And well, but it was Thomas Jefferson that said, give me liberty or give me death.
True. Yep. Do we want to do any?
Well, I just wanted
closing remarks.
Let's see. Direct everyone to our audio podcast. So we're on every major podcasting platform.
Yep.
Please download our episodes because that gets us paid. We also would like you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends, anybody that you think might like some
Don't forget to like, because I know that we get a lot more views than we get likes. So just do it. Just click the like button.
That's right. Our audio drops every Tuesday on all major podcasting platforms, just in time for your morning commute, if you still drive places. Roma, Instagram,
you can find us on Instagram, the Sensible Sociopath Podcast. And that's I'm pretty darn active on that. You can find us on Facebook, but I'm not that active on that because Facebook's terrible.
Parler at Sensox Steve. I comment on a lot of memes. I do some echoing of comedic sorts, and I tend to get a lot of likes and things. And
stuff ridiculous stuff. So if you like comedy,
don't get too serious.
No,
just like the show here. But we want to thank everybody for coming and checking us out, and we will definitely be here next Friday, and we are coming up with some big things too. So Roma's got some guests she's lining up, and thanks a lot. This is the most fun we have all week.
Good night, guys. Have a good one.
It's over, Johnny.
Yeah, I read a survey once that like 98% of people die.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
Europe would be a fraction of the size that it is today, if not for incest.
It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
Content and stories and whimsy and a little love.
So they say the big one's coming. For California.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Was she a great big fat person?
That's right.
Have you ever seen how many clothespins you could get on your scrotum? You ever dabbled in the dark arts?
Guess what? I don't have to fuck the goats anymore.
It's actually quite a bit of fun.
Hashtag them too. I have no control over life.
If I had a keyboard, I'd be able to help you.
What dude hasn't tried to blow himself? 8 3/4 is totally fine.
They say that you can kill yourself.
Mark Hamill as a voice actor is absolutely phenomenal.
People get really, really hostile really, really quickly.
Rape and incest.
Oh, we started talking about crazy Joe Biden and they shut us down.
I got the ultra AIDS.
Nobody's got AIDS.
You're throwing off my game with your heartbeat and your talking and your breathing.
I have had to stop using my favorite poop phrase.
Why stop at 2 atomic bombs? Why don't you just do the whole team?
Is this one of them left or right-handed coffins? Oh shit. Oh, that's a dick. Sorry, kids.
I'm airing my junk out and I'm looking bold. I've always been a fan of Evan Watson. After she turned 18.
After? That's where you and I are different, my friend.
I mean, I don't have a problem digging a hole and keeping an erection.
It's all about romance.
Texting, talking, touching.
Jumper cables and proper voltage, you could have dead baby movement.
Are you guys judgmental? Me? Not so much.
Bunch of Judas Priest albums. Rob Halford's pretty badass.
Yeah, I like Judas Priest.
You know he's gay.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.